In a world where information seems to travel at the speed of light and traffic at a snail's pace, where the agenda of those at the helm doesn't always reflect the pressures on the streets, where the rubber hits the road, where there's queue of issues needing to be interrogated in the name of speaking truth to power.
Welcome to a place at the table,
where we set the agenda,
table the issues that matter to you,
and invite you to take a seat at the table.
My name is Benga Aborowa, and it falls on me to welcome you to this special edition of A Place at the Table. You know the drill, or don't you? Well, it's 5 panelists, almost as many topical issues, no holds barred, except that today we have one theme that runs through it all, and that is the question, are the police your friend? Well, are they? What do you think, Bright?
Good question, Benga. I'll attempt to answer that question with real life experience, which might seem more like fiction, but it's real. I look forward to what Funke has to say.
Definitely. Bright. We keep saying it, facts can be stranger than fiction. I too will be spotlighting an aspect of police relations that touches on a real life experience. And Benga, that's what's up.
Funke, it's like we all have our stories to tell, which I want to focus on the cause. When all is said and done, now money matter bio. Kate, is police your friend? Come on. Bones, okay.
Benga, let me answer that question with a question of my own. Isn't friendship supposed to be a two-way street? Welcome to the table, Commissioner. It looks like you're the man with all the answers today.
Thank you so much. I'm happy to be on the hot seat with you.
Welcome to our guests of honor, Commissioner Moshood Jimoh and retired Commissioner of Police Fatai Owoseni. It's a pleasure to have you join us today at New Central TV. Welcome to our studio, and to our gracious studio audience, we welcome you all, and to everyone watching from wherever you are. Welcome to A Place at the Table. Well, you've met our panelists. All that's left is for me to inform you that this is a live broadcast, which means that you can engage in the conversation from wherever you happen to be watching. Simply drop your comments on the section under the live stream on YouTube, X, or Instagram, and we'll endeavor to read them out. As you've heard, the hot topic at the table is whether the police is our friend. Bright will bring the conversation right after the break, so sit tight.
Police is not my friend.
Well, they say police is our friend, but with the way things are, we can't categorically say they are our friends.
Yeah, I can say they are my friend.
I don't think so. I don't believe so. Nigerian police, no, I don't believe so.
Yeah, they are our friends.
Yes, they are my friend.
So when it comes to the police, it's 50-50.
Well, yes, police are our friends because they protect us.
Many people are looking at them, they are our enemy. They are not our enemy. Some of them are doing their job, okay? Our friends, I buy police, I have police that are customer.
The department is not functioning, it's not running, because if I have to pay you money to do your job, why am I coming to meet you? If I have to pay you money to fuel your car for you to go for investigations, why am I going to come and meet you if I feel something is wrong? Do you understand? But I understand that there are still good people in the force. But the police force has to do a lot to educate their officers, and they should weed out all those ones that are old and refuse education. I feel like with that, we are taking the first step to rehabilitation for the police force.
A friend was almost assassinated in her home. The man confessed he was paid 5 million naira to kill her. He was caught and taken to the police station. That was when the real drama began. The police refused to accept him because he was beaten, of course. She had to take the man who tried to kill her to the hospital and then paid. She was told to facilitate the investigation process. She paid. She funded his feeding in custody. She was asked to provide her car for the investigation. She was asked to drive him, the man who tried to kill her, to prison at night because there was no official vehicle. Let's pause there. This isn't just about one bad officer. It's about a system where enforcement has become transactional. If victims must fund arrest, investigation, feeding, and transportation, then what exactly is the state providing? We assume institution works because they simply exist. We see uniforms, we see stations, so we assume protection is guaranteed until you need it. When enforcement is unfunded and informally monetized, justice stops being public. It becomes private and citizens adapt. Some stop reporting, some settle quietly, and some protect themselves. That's how a society shifts from rule of law to rule of survival. So here's my question. When reporting a crime feels riskier than negotiating one, what kind of protection do we really have? Because if the police system makes victims feel like contractors, then protection is no longer guaranteed, it is negotiated. And that should concern all of us. Kate?
Kate.
Wonder Woman?
You know, you just said something, and I wrote here, it sounds like fiction, but it's actually a reality. I still cannot wrap my head around this thing you have said.
Yeah.
How I was going to be assassinated, and I because my neighbors helped me, the guy was beaten, take him to the proper agency and the authority, and I'm asked to take him to the hospital, feed him, take him here. It makes no sense. I am actually stunned, and I deserve an explanation, because to be honest, Bright, I cannot relate to it.
Benga, briefly, what's your take on that?
Okay, so first of all, allow me to, or permit me to say congratulations to the new IGP. I call him Egbon Tudisu, a very finance man, and we believe very strongly that under his leadership, things will change. That's my belief system.
Okay.
We pray, oh Lord.
Yeah, yeah. My friend's daughter forgot her phone inside one of the kabus, one of the online cabs. I don't want to mention the name. And we called the office, and they said, oh, and they started protecting the driver. Where is your driver? He is working for your company. At the end of the day, okay, we should go and report at the nearest police station. We reported. I spent close to 200,000 naira giving this police. At the end of the day, she started cursing in on phone. How much did you pay me, sir? Is he the president that give me money? Is he Kiniko? How much salary are they pay me himself? So you see transfer of
aggression,
bitterness, transfer of poverty, transfer of poor service or poor maintenance of their lifestyle, you know. So it is not new, Bright, even though it's in different levels, you know. But I believe very strongly, listen, people without history have no future. When we fail to look back at what has happened to our great-grandfathers, we will automatically fail to deliver the future into the hands of our children. Okay. And this is a sample of it. How do you explain this in court? How? I can't relate.
Okay, briefly.
Well, you know, you titled this The Cost of Reporting a Crime.
Yeah.
And I looked at the gender relations. A man came into an apartment to assassinate a woman. Luckily, some people got together, they helped overpower the man, and in the process beat him. Of course, I will beat him too. People will beat him if it were in my neighborhood. And then we get to the police station and they tell me to go treat him first. I think that woman is extra courageous and long-suffering, like a lot of us Nigerians. I think and it's a good thing that we have the CP Lagos here with us to help shed some light on this. Like, how do you go through all of this after the trauma of knowing that you were about to be silenced for life?
Yeah.
And then you turn to begin to pamper your supposed killer.
Accused.
You know, it is
So, sir,
monstrous.
over to you.
Thank you
We
so
have
much.
questions.
I think it's barrage of question from all of us on the table, and I want to first of all start saying that police is indeed your friend. We are more than a friend now, we are your partner in everything you do. And any organization that is subject to public opinion would definitely suffer what police is suffering. And we try to grapple with this responsibility over the year to continually retrain our personnel in the behavior expected of them and ensure that they behave better. And they have been doing all the best to ensure that we're better. But bad behavior or corrupt tendency or any shortcoming that you see in anywhere is not institutional, it's personal. It's a personal thing. And we've done our best in every regard with the current Inspector General of Police on board. I think it's part of what he has read out yesterday. I appreciate my colleague for congratulating IGP Riwan Olatunji Disu for being appointed by Mr. President and Commander-in-Chief of Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Ahmed Bola Tinubu, as the new Inspector General of Police. And a lot of changes are going to be witnessed in this new dispensation. But why I started that is a personal thing is that if you want me to treat the question as being specific, then I need to know where does it happen. But since you didn't say, okay, this is the specific area that it has happened, then I'll treat it generally.
So I think this happens across Nigeria.
So if we are, because in Nigeria, you know, quite a lot of things are embedded in hearsay. Mr. A told Mr. B told Mr. C, Mr. C told Mr. D, and it goes round without enough evidence on ground to be able to be able to back it up. But where an officer go out of his way to engage in any wrongdoing, we ensure that prompt disciplinary action are taken to serve as deterrent to others. But for the instance that you have mentioned, that a victim of crime, for example, somebody have strayed into your house or maybe must have gained entrance through use of force and about to strangulate you, and the neighbor came and assisted you, subdue him. In the process of subdue him, they have to use some maximum force to the extent that maybe the guy cannot even breathe properly again and he need medical help. That is where the state comes in. You don't have responsibility to be the one to treat such a suspect. It's the police responsibility to take such a suspect to a government hospital.
Because it's in self-defense.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. No, when you begin to talk about self-defense, is another issue of investigation. Because if somebody enters into your house to commit crime or whatsoever he has done and he dies in your house in the process, police will still investigate, because any death of any Nigerian must be properly investigated. There must be autopsy, there must be proper thing done by the homicide section to ensure that when we get to court, to say, okay, this is what has happened. So in doing this, you don't need to suffer any inconveniences. In as much as you have gotten to the police station and you have tabled what has happened, and once they take him to hospital, then they come back because life first. Even if somebody have committed a crime, he doesn't deserve to die. It is only the court that can pronounce that so person has been convicted of social offense and is asked to die, maybe by hanging or by otherwise. So we now go, because you don't erase the evidence of the crime, so that the police will now go to the scene to be able to extract the evidence, because investigation must be thorough. And investigation is nothing like magic. Investigation is a scientific approach to put the suspect at the scene of crime. To say, okay, this is what the person have done. But when you are talking of the process of handling it, because nothing is an offense under the law, except what the law stated to be an offense. And the law stating the offense, we could only state the procedure for which an offender should be handled. Because everybody, the status of our law is that everybody is presumed to be innocent until proven guilty. And you can't prove somebody guilty at the level of the police. You can discover that the person is culpable. Culpable in the sense that, oh, you've narrowed down because of prima facie evidences, because of statements that have been made, because of eyewitnesses, that you have a good case that can stand this, a good case that can stand test of trial in court. So, and you ensure that such a suspect is taken through the process. Now they call them defendant. But the issue of now asking the woman to pay the cost.
Yes, I think that's what.
And to take her from the court to the prison.
Take
to prison, not prison. No.
Jail.
When you talk of
So let me paint one picture on that.
Okay.
Right? The whole process you just described happened. Right? They took him to court. he was found guilty.
In court.
In court.
Yes.
The police called her that she should drive her car to take him to Ikoyi prison.
That's where it is very unbelievable. Because in prison, no, it's quite, yes, that is an exaggeration. I'm completely dumping that. No, this is the process.
Wait, are we saying it didn't happen?
No. It doesn't happen. If let me finish. That's where I'm going. That's where I'm going. Let me give an example. Even if you don't provide where it has happened, in the criminal justice system, the police is the executive, because everything starts from us.
Yeah.
If you slap your neighbor, it's the police that see it first. If you commit domestic violence at home, it's police that hear it first. The court will listen to the secondary evidence or hearing of the matter. Then, in the same criminal justice system where you have the police as the executive, you have the court, then you have the prison service, then you have the Ministry of Justice. So the prison is the rest for every court. That's what I'm saying is unbelievable.
No, sir.
If somebody, let me run with
I need to come in here as the moderator.
The correction now. Let me round up. I plead with you to let me round up. So in every court,
to have this information.
Yes, that's what I'm going. No. You can say it later.
Okay.
In every court, there are correctional service personnel.
Okay.
In every court. Once somebody is remanded to prison custody or somebody is jailed, they take over from there. The woman will not have contact whatsoever with the. Nobody will risk it. Somebody that been remanded to prison custody will now be allowed to
take your
who is going to accept? No, which correctional service?
No, but we need to follow this.
We need to investigate.
Sorry. I'm going to say two things. Right. First, this is real. There is, to protect the victim, because she's gone through a lot. I'm not going to put her on the stand.
It happened in Lagos, because you said Ikoyi prison.
Exactly. So yeah, it happened in Lagos. That's one. Two. Personal experience, and I said it during my last monologue.
Yeah.
Armed robbers. Those guys that come and take out your lights on your gate and stuff like that. Or they call them babambola or whatever they call them. These guys came, took my stuff from my house. They brought the light, they caught him, they beat him up. I came out and I stopped them from beating him. And I said, take him to the police station. They got to the police station and they called me and said that the police said they will not accept him. This is me.
Okay.
They will not accept him until I take him to the hospital. And I'm like, let him go.
Okay.
That was it. I said, let him go. If you don't want to, I'm not going to do that. That's not my job. Let him go. Let me go into society and keep committing crimes. That's not my business. This is me. So how do we define that? This is me.
As a good citizen, sir, as a good citizen that you are,
yes,
it is good to follow the process of the law and ensure that.
And that requires me to take him to the hospital?
No. Wait, I'm not saying.
But you just said that he doesn't have to take him to the hospital.
That's what I'm saying. You need to go and find out, because you are not there. Somebody, that's why I'm saying that.
I spoke with the police officer and they asked him to the hospital. No, right, hold on.
Okay, I was about asking this
you are a victim.
Why do they say we must go and get police report before treatment in the hospital? This thing happens every day.
You are bringing a lot of. Let's
take
it one after the other.
Okay.
Somebody called you.
Yes.
You don't know the identity of the person that called you. You don't know who called you. So as a good citizen that you are, which police station have they said so? And as a media practitioner, possibly as a public figure, you go to that station and see the person that said you should take to the hospital, because it's the responsibility of the state. No. Let me. But you need to verify. You need to verify.
The first step of solving the problem is acknowledging that there's one.
No.
And if we don't know that this is the problem, this is happening.
We'll get to that.
This is real.
We'll get to
that. And if you don't acknowledge that this is the problem,
we are going to get to that.
I will not be traumatized.
Okay, gentlemen and ladies, please. I need to come in at this point.
What you need to know is that Nigerians are actually wary of going to the police station because you can get to the police station and get into trouble by being there. Let me give an example.
Nigeria should not be worried. This is your own police. People who are in no, I want you to feel like that. People who are wearing the police uniform are Nigerians like you. But even positioning me in the center of the four of you show friendship and partnership. Yes, so that's to even tell you the pressure. It shows that you have confidence, you have trust, you are safe. You have the trust, you have the confidence, and you have the peace of mind. The commissioner of police, a police officer. Yes. Because I'm a police officer, whatsoever is the rank that I'm wearing, I'm a police officer first. Yes. So you have confidence in me, and that is what friendship entails. Friendship entails collaboration, cooperation, assist each other.
So entails trust.
Trust, yes.
Thank you very much. We have to be mindful of our time. We still have a lot to unpack, but thank you very much to all our distinguished panelists. Now is where we open the conversation to our studio audience and our viewers who have one or two things to chip in. Beautiful and brilliant discussion so far, and I was thinking it would get heated in the second round, but wow, it's what it is. But we would like to start by honoring our special guest, former Commissioner of Police, Mr. Fatai Owoseni. He's seen things from the inside, is now on the outside. It would be nice to get his view on this discussion so far. Mr. Owoseni, please.
Thank you very much. I would say what I'm going to say now is the same thing I would say when I was in service. I agreed with you. The scenario you presented could happen. What I should let Nigerians know is that the police itself is a victim. The police deserve sympathy. The scenario you've presented, the case of the woman, for example, the issue that we are dragging as to whether the police said it should bring money to be taken to prison. If the case is not completed and is an awaiting trial case, we have a situation in the country. There is no point denying that when the magistrate sits and say this case is adjourned and this guy is going to be remanded in the prison, the correctional facilities don't have a vehicle. The victim is the police, because the correctional facility guy and the court will tell the prosecutor, how do we get this person to the prison, to the correctional facility to go and be remanded? And that is where you put the poor policeman in trouble. He has no choice other than to tell the complainant to say that the correctional facility officer says there is no vehicle. That is why I say it's a victim. It is not about him. If the state does not provide, policing is a cultural thing. The police will reflect the culture and the society. Even the Babambola thing that you said, we have a system in the criminal justice administration that if a suspect is beaten, I have been in a situation where, as Commissioner of Police in Lagos, I had to use 2 million naira to treat a suspect before we can take him to court. Because in the court, they will not take it. They will not take the suspect from you. And the poor policeman is put on the spot. What the police deserve is pity. The police don't have the hospital. Even if the police take that suspect to the hospital, they will not treat that suspect unless someone brings money. Is this someone that is paid a pittance that will use his salary to buy the drugs? Is this someone that is paid a pittance that will bring a vehicle to go and take a criminal? As Commissioner of Police in Lagos, and I still continue to say it, yes, the government is changing things now. Where you have a situation in those days, things have improved a little bit. I would take Ikeja Police Division as an example, that has jurisdiction over more than 1 million people, and you are funding that police division with 30,000 naira in 3 months. Hell, what do you expect the police to do? I just finished an interaction. As of 1984 that I joined the police, my first posting was in Shagamu in 1985. We had lorries, we had Land Rovers, We deploy our policemen to beat. We will go and drop them at their beat. But you have a situation now where a poor policeman is posted to the house of a judge. He has to find his way to the place by riding Okada. So we must be ready to have a police. The government is trying. The present government is trying. But what makes the police here to be different is the wherewithal you give them. And you cannot separate our culture. Our culture is such that, pauperize the police. An average policeman has been demeaned completely. He has been made to look like a beggar. He has to buy his uniforms. He has to buy everything. When we joined the police, they were providing, as an officer from the rank of inspector and above, yes, you will buy your uniform, but it's subsidized from UK. Mother fair shoes and everything. But no one is doing that now. The government has been trying to see how they can help this. It retires to poverty as well. So what are you talking about? Nigerians need to sympathize with the police. The whole criminal justice administration, the whole security sector has to be reformed holistically. So if one is reformed, the other is not reformed. A situation where the correctional facility officer will tell you that he has no black Maria or green Maria to take the convicted criminal to the prison. And in the process, the criminal may even escape. So you are left, the police carry the burden of the society. That is the angle I want Nigerians to see it. That is not to say that there are no bad eggs. Every institution has bad eggs. But the situation the police has found himself, an average policeman, please pity him. It is not his fault once it is not provided. We worked with the United Nations. We know what we met on the ground. So the wherewithal must be provided for the police to perform. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Fatai Owoseni. The director is saying we have room for one more question. Please, let's keep it short and succinct. I'll have to defer to the lady, please. Okay. I'm a gentleman.
Thank you. Yes, it's gender balance. Thank you so much, sir, and thank you. I need to ask and understand why we have. I do understand that we should pity some policemen, but the ones that are working with the so-called VVIPs, I need to understand why they are deployed to people's homes. My neighbor has about 3 or 4 of them next door, and on the 1st of April, I had an armed robbery in my house. They came through them. The footprints were there. So this is not a hearsay story. This is what happened to Ronke Adeniyi. They came through them. These people came around midnight. I had cooked soup that day. They ate, they smoked, they packed my house, they left my house, went to my school, packed all the laptops, packed everything, and were policemen next door. They came with cars. They packed everything. And they're my friends. They packed everything. They left about 6 a.m. in the morning. As soon as the last car drove off, we started hearing, boom, 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 boom. As soon, I'm not even sure it was a second after those people left. These policemen, these 4 men next door, started to shoot. The police are not our friends. This is just one story of many. Thank you.
It's your lived experience, and thank you so much for sharing with us. Interesting discussion so far. Why do I get the feeling that we're only just getting warmed up? Funke, the ball is in your court after the break, so be ready.
Is the police, my friend? I think the mere fact that in Nigeria we always need to emphasize the phrase, the police is your friend, should tell you all there is to know. Because friendship in itself should be a deliberate commitment to the well-being of one another. If you are born into a country where from cradle, you see that your law enforcement, who should be closest to you even than the military, is committed to seeing your well-being and your protection, you naturally know that the police is your friend. You do not need to be told because you see it in the actions and in the cooperation between the people and their police force. So yes, the police should be my friend. But the question is the way the Nigerian police is currently structured. Is it structured to uphold true friendship? Out of a total number of about 370,000 or so police officers, more than half of that number, according to reports, are already drafted to protect politicians, their families, their children, religious leaders, traditional leaders, and then less than half is set to protect the people, more than 200 million persons. So if a friendship is supposed to provide protection and capacity to keep you safe, lacks the requisite manpower and capacity to do so, how do you sustain the friendship? And then again, when citizens then come out to complain or protest, to exercise their fundamental right to peaceful assembly, requesting for a better welfare for both the people and the officers, these same officers are weaponized against them, unleashed just like they did to us recently at the National Assembly. They fire tear gas canisters at you, or they even fire live rounds as it was done during NSAS by the same politicians who have weaponized them, who were supposed to be their friends but have also put them in even more precarious situation, refusing to give them a proper welfare. What is their salary? What is their pension? How do they get their uniforms? So the persons who weaponize the police against the people are not even friends enough to be able to give them a better life. So when you look at the entire circle, it is a vicious circle of woes where the people who should cooperate with their police, then you begin to see this level of distrust. One of the most prominent statements you will hear with police is that bail is free. How many persons go to police stations and live there without parting with some cash? How many persons have been coerced into paying funds or money for some offenses that they may not have committed? When you look at this level of mischief, when there is supposed to be adequate protection, there should be a synergy between both the police and other law enforcement, including the military. What is the level of friendship between the Nigerian police, the Nigerian military, the Nigerian and security and civil defense force? Everybody is in a struggle to prove supremacy. So across board, it is a tale of woes. Law enforcement should be our friend, but the current structure, does it help to preserve friendship, to show that the primary duty of this same institution is being met? I think it's a conversation we need to have, and as a people, we must ensure that if this friendship must last, then there must be commitment to seeing that both the institution and the people build a level of trust and commitment that is built on justice and truth and efficiency. My name is Peter for Nigeria.
Last week, a friend had an encounter with the police in Lagos. She left her kids at home to get ingredients for dinner at Ile-Epo Market. As she returned home, she saw a group of policemen at the bus stop in front of the army barracks on Command Road. One flagged her down, soliciting for a lift to Ayobo. She stopped to pick him up. And as she drove off, the policeman asked if she was a dealer. She said her husband is. Then he asked her why her car has laminated plate numbers instead of the iron ones. She showed him the original dealer plate numbers on the dashboard and explains that people steal dealer plates to commit crimes. His response, he told her she was under arrest and asked her to park. Why? The man added that she was guilty of abducting him again because she kept driving. Yeah. I will. She stopped at a popular supermarket and asked the man to get down. But the man made a call, and in minutes, his colleagues arrived. She was arrested, and her car was impounded. They later demanded 100,000 naira if she wanted her car back. I had thought they were fake policemen, but they belonged to the anti-car theft units, obviously. Eventually, it took interventions from senior authorities to secure the release of her car the next day. This true life story throws up pertinent issues. Arrests without without warrant and under false pretense, intimidation, and brazen extortion from citizens. And then, of course, the biggest one, public mistrust of the police force. That's it, Bryce.
Well, I have a question, right? Because based on all the things that we've heard today, we've come to realize that the problem isn't the individuals, it's the system, right?
Yeah, but if they're not funding...
No, wait. So my question, because I don't have an opinion, I have a question. My question is, in institutions, let's say I run a private company, even it happened in FCT recently, where the staff were not being paid, and they protested. I said, you know what, we're not going to go to work until Wiki pays us, right?
Right.
If the police as individuals are going through these problems, is there a system within internally that they can either, I don't know if it's protest or what's the right word to use, but be able to
agitate for their rights.
Or make a request, I don't know, but like Is there a system that can make that happen?
No, you have to answer Funke first, all of us, before you let
Okay, that's my question. Because I'm not understanding.
So let me come to you, Kate.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine we're both women, and then we pick up a man who happens to be, who we think is our friend. The police is your friend.
Pick him up.
Well, you're being kind.
Pick him up.
First
I'm
thing.
telling you, I will not pick him up. She did wrong. For they go where she they go straight. She would have been free of this. That's all I have to say. Benga, you can answer.
Okay. So let me be honest here to heavens and earth. Since the day late Chief Bola Ige was assassinated on the street in that old Bodija Ibadan, 2000, 2001, 2002, like 25 years ago, up to date, nobody could be, you don't understand. That's why when it comes to police, I don't bother myself. Everything I am doing, I am just doing it with my church mind. And last year, November, you were there, sir, when I made the proposal of rebranding police here in Alausa. I am just doing it because I believe that one day something will, I'm just hope. That's what I'm doing. But based on what I know about police and people in Nigeria, I can't trust.
That's right.
A minister of justice was assassinated, and 20 years after, you don't understand. We live in other countries, not abroad though. I'm not talking about UK. In Africa here, less than 48 hours, you are pinned down.
Okay, so let's come to you.
Thank you so much. Let me start from what you said. I find that I've been able to identify you now, not for anything negative, but for who you are. For who you are, because at that same conference, you are there. I was there. And that's the conference organized by the Commissioner for Youth in the state. They call it Police and Youth Dialogue every year. And a lot of issues are ironed out. And police now become center state. We make ourselves available to the youth so that we can continue to interact. And that has been going on. There's not any perfection anywhere in the world. Even wherever you talk about the US, the Europe, Asia, others, you still have things they need to balance up. If you report that you are going with a vehicle with a wrong plate number,
that's not wrong, it's the same thing.
No, you have to fix the appropriate number on your vehicle. If you don't want to fix an appropriate number on your vehicle to drive in traffic, you park the vehicle in the car shop where it's supposed to belong. Then you go with a dummy plate number and you say a policeman arrests you. It takes two ways. Extortion is wrong. And that is why when he said higher authority, maybe they must have reached my office and will listen to the matter. But I want everybody to, even to my well-respected sister across, if anything go wrong with you and you didn't tell us, to ensure that we get the perpetrator and get the matter investigated and deal with them appropriately. You are not helping us. You are not helping the society. So you allow everybody to be going with essay. I'm not saying what you are saying is wrong. If Bola Ige was not killed on the street, let me remind you. He was killed in his house.
No, I didn't say
so by people, and a lot of arrests were made, to the best of my knowledge. A lot of arrests were made. And a lot of painstaking investigation were deeply into the matter. Equally, the president at that time, because he was Minister of Justice and Attorney General of this country around that time, and the president directed a full-scale investigation. So quite a number of things I cannot make public because they are things that still being investigated. But I want you to know that the investigation to that matter has not been closed. When more evidences arrive, even across the world, the OJCC matter is there for you to see. Even after the completion of trial, evidences came up. And quite a lot of things is late now. A lot of things have to come up. But to answer your question, if somebody are partnered with 100,000 as a good citizen, airports will work together to correct what you feel is not appropriate. But if you keep it to yourself and you say, okay, it is we versus them, well, it is your police. Own your police. And I keep on saying it, that Nigerian police force is still the best across Africa. Every mission we go, we become the best in every mission. Truly,
Can I ask a
truly.
question?
But at home,
Yeah.
you come with a lot of things that are supposed to be even be your own lapses and heap it on the police force. I beg to differ with my senior retired colleagues that police, we are doing our best thing to change for the better, especially in Lagos. In Lagos, there's no division that the Mr. Governor of Lagos, apart from the one provided by Force Secretary, have not assisted to provide vehicles for. And that is why, in responding to distresses, we are there 5 minutes. Now, let me finish.
I will give you data now.
No. You can give me data. You can give me data. But what I'm telling you is that during the public function, you have all the right and responsibility to raise all these issues. And a lot of issues were raised, and it was trust. And I know that you are invited as a resource person.
Yes,
and you are telling me that you want to change the logo of police, which is relevant to us.
And you say you are
you want to change that. I didn't say I'm going to arrest you. Why would I arrest you? You are making a postulation to change police insignia from... No, let me finish. It doesn't work. It doesn't work that way. Let all of us join hands together as a member of Nigerian community at various levels. Quite a lot of public-spirited individuals across Lagos State have been coming to our aid in terms of information, in terms of providing of assistance in various ways. But when it is easy to talk. But when we come to the field, even despite all this resentment, despite all this embarrassment from members of the public, when you still go out, you still see the officer committed. If you look at my eyes, you see that the lack of sleep in ensuring that safety and protection for all Lagosians, and even the huge investment of government is protected. And this is the state that today, for more than 10 months to a year, you don't have a single case of kidnapping in the state. Now I'm coming. So we are policing around the clock, but we didn't say we are saints that our personnel will not have one lapses or the other. But we shouldn't capitalize on that. Let us report it to the appropriate authority and ensure that justice is done. And which we have done in so many ways.
Is there a channel to do that?
Let me give you an example. When I came here in this Lagos state, we have, with the one given to us recently by the Honorable Minister of Works, I met 4 control centers. Now it's 5. In most of the states, you just have one. One control center where you can report distresses. I have the number here. I'll give it to them so that the school. I think so now, people in Lagos, I appreciated them because they are civilized people, and they are people that love police. When incident happened, they call my control center. They don't even call me as commissioner of police. In other states, so even media people that we dispatch our distress call number through will be calling us instead of calling the control center. That's how bad it is. So the culture of the people, I want to inch on my senior colleagues, retired CP Fatai Owoseni. The culture of the people determine how you police them. Now policing, like he said, is far, far better than what you had before. But we know that there's perception issue that we are grappling with, and it's being corrupted. It's being corrected. So in the shortest possible time, you see a completely entirely new leaf. I'm going to speak with her after the program, and I'm going to ensure that that matter is investigated and get results for her.
Please, hold on. I want to
get results for her.
No, please.
The elephant.
They did, and they said.
But the police found them.
They told the sir. Let me finish it. They said to me, and I'll quote, that if, so I'm translating now.
When was that?
This 1st of April 2014 or something like that.
2014. That's quite modern.
And I was told that we should leave them, otherwise I would not even be able to jog around my estate again. That it was a very strong criminal gang.
2026. That's clearly 12 years.
Saying but it's a
pain. I know, but it's a pain that needed to be healed. And that's why I'm telling her that even if it has happened 12 years ago, I'm still going to revisit it.
I don't think it's...
Okay, so let's visit this one, CP, sir. The point is, this woman in the story I shared saw a policeman who, like, they were in distress, oh, take us to the next bus stop or something. And she picked them up. That is mistrust. Like, I trust you as my friend. The police is your friend. That's why she
no, that's not... Them. If you are committing a crime and you come with a dummy plate number, on your vehicle.
It's not a dummy.
It's a dummy.
Was she wrong?
But you said she brought the original of the dealer number from inside the car.
It was on her dashboard.
But it's not fixed on the car. She's supposed to have put it in the car.
The point is that if you left the original where it's supposed to be, people pick them, they steal them to commit crime.
Because that car supposed not to be on the road.
Okay, sir.
It's supposed to be in the car shop. For example, so if
the dealer number. So what you're saying, sir, that under the law, we are not supposed to use dealer number to drive around.
No, you can. If you are the dealer, but she is not the dealer.
Okay, it's because she's the wife.
No, why would she remove it and put a dummy number? That makes a reasonable
It's a laminated.
It wasn't dummy. It was laminated, sir.
But the original is in the car. That's what I'm saying.
And that's what number, brought out.
No, dealer's number. Try to get me. Okay. You put the original there.
Okay.
Not the laminated one. The laminated one is not the dealer's number. So that's what prompted the suspicion on
okay,
it.
So
it is wrong to have collected 100,000 naira from her.
No, she didn't give to them. They demanded.
They demanded.
Because there's a law that if you gave, you will also
No. You know who saw assert proofs. But what I'm saying, I'm not defending that police officer cannot do something that at times you feel, no, this is not appropriate. Yeah. And that is why I continue to appreciate people of Lagos. When we do a lot of things that are good, they appreciate us. When we have a negative, they equally draw attention to it. Okay. So that it will be better for the society.
This is the point where I have to come in.
Yes. We have to go to the audience. Next.
Okay. We'll do this next. Interesting conversation so far. But before we move to the members of the audience, it will be a disservice if we don't take some of the messages we have on WhatsApp. And please remember, we're streaming live on social media. The hashtag is APAT, A-P-A-T-T, hashtag News Central. Now let's take some of the messages we have. We have this message from His Royal Highness Fidelis Odu. He says he's talking as a retired officer. And the message goes thus: under normal circumstances, the police is supposed to be our friend. But the truth and the reality on ground is police is not your friend. Police lately becoming dangerous to individuals. If you give information about criminals, they might betray you. Either you're arrested or they will support the highest bidder with cash. If you want to be a good Samaritan, you will be treated as an accused, says Fidelis Odu. Let's take a few more messages before we go to the members of the live studio audience here. Emeka from Kano says, good afternoon. When people or institutions live in self-denial and don't accept their lapses, it's very difficult to prefer solutions and the way forward. The Nigerian police need to do better. Honestly, the citizens have lost trust in the police, says Emeka from Kano. Tunde from Lagos says, good afternoon. The police are meant to be citizens' friends, but the Nigerian police force is different. Help ask the Lagos CP, why is he partisan when it comes to peaceful protest? Lagos Task Force is another faction of police attacking masses. Why should Task Force attack citizens when videoing them when operating if they're doing the right thing, says Tunde from Lagos. We'll take one more message before we move to the members of our live studio audience. And someone says, when will Showare's 30 million naira be paid to him? Jeffrey from Republic of Benin says, I'm enjoying your program. The commissioner was defending his colleagues. Okay. He says Nigerian police should repent from their ways. Okay. That's all we have. Peter from Edo, it was the one that asked when Shore's 30 million naira will be paid to him. We'll take a few messages from our audience members and then move on. Yes, thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your, should I say, lamentation. But because that's what it is. And he didn't try to sugarcoat it. It was straight. And that even depresses me the more, you know. We didn't come here to recount the woes. There's so much to say. I have been a victim of a crime committed by the police. Yeah, but I don't want to go there. So how do we move forward? And these are my questions. One, who prepares the budget for the police? Sir, I don't know if you have an idea. Yes. Who prepares the budget for the police, and don't they know that the police need money to facilitate operations? That's one question. The second question, have you ever imagined a situation where all members of the police are asked to leave and we recruit a new police?
It happened in Georgia.
Would that change? Would that address anything? And lastly, 3 questions. Lastly, the hierarchy of the police, the big boys of the police, they seem to be different from the... Yes.
Different in what sense? Appearance or...
Appearance, courage, articulation. It's like the buses were imported from somewhere, and the guys you meet on the roads are from the jungle. Why is it like that?
Mr. Owoseni, would you like to respond, please?
So let me start from the last one. It's not as if one person is better because of rank. Someone has talked about education. The Nigerian police workforce probably has the highest number of graduates. The police, as of today, has the highest number of lawyers in their system. So it is not about education.
But the ones Nigerians interact with on a daily basis. There was a video that went viral recently. A policeman stopped British tourists.
I saw it.
And said,
you guys I will buy drink for you and all those things. So it is, when people mistrust the police, that means they don't have trust in government. The man will not buy his uniform. If your front office is messed up, the first person, what makes a country to be a country is the first person you see. You land at the airport and the first person you are seeing is a policeman totally dressed. So he's not the one that is going to buy his uniform. That is one. 2, we must speak truth to authority. I have said it. What I'm saying now, I will say it, and I said it when I was wearing the uniform. We must agree that we have a trust issue. And it is not just against the police, about the government. We don't trust our government. So that is the problem. So the police must accept that. We must accept that. We need reorientation. Even if you talk of funding, we must reorientate our people. We must build their capacity. You have talked about the budget. Don't we know? We know. But a system where you are going to write budget is called jacketed budget, envelope budget. It is not a result-based budget. It is not targeted to the needs of the police. They will just give you an envelope. You must not pass this. You must not pass that. Yes, I left the police about 7 years ago. Things probably might have changed a little bit, but the police must subject itself to accountability. The situation that she has narrated, yes, the person was carrying a plate number that is not supposed to carry, but the policemen had deceived her by saying, give us a ride, only for them to turn to. If you want to arrest properly, stop on the road, not when you have, deceived the person to say this. And the mere fact that they even demanded 100,000 naira, that means they've also compromised a criminal offense. They are not supposed to demand anything. You want to arrest, take the person into the police station. And we must accept that we have a lot of work to do with the Nigeria police, even if the government funds the police as we require. The police must reorientate. We must change our face. We must know that the people we are serving, we owe that obligation to them, not to any other person. We must know that we owe our obligation to the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. She had mentioned that someone has guard or whatever. As you are standing here today, if you are elected councillor tomorrow, the first thing you are doing is to write to the Inspector General of Police that you want a guard. Not just for yourself, the one that will follow your children to school. If the Commissioner of Police says no, they will go to someone that is higher to the Commissioner of Police, and they will give him instruction. If he says no, they will also say, we are reducing you in rank or whatever. It is a 50-50 thing.
Thank you very much, Mr. Fatai Owoseni. Thank you very much. I like that example you used. He said, if you are appointed councillor today. No, I want to be president. I don't want to be councillor. Thank you very much. But we do have to go. We do have to go for a quick break now. We have quite a lot to unpack on this very interesting special broadcast of A Place at the Table. The theme is the police your friend? We still have more for you after this break. To stay with us. You'd agree with me that this is a very much needed conversation. Welcome back to A Place at the Table, a special edition with the theme is the police your friend. And this is exclusive to News Central Television. Grateful for the presence of the Commissioner of Police Lagos State, Mr. Moshood Jimoh, and also the former Commissioner of Police Lagos State, Mr. Fatai Owoseni. Over to you, my namesake, Mr. Ademujimi. You will have 5 hours, just based on namesake.
All right. Chronic underfunding of the Nigerian police force is a major driver of insecurity, with stations often lacking basic resources for daily operations. Despite a budget of 969 billion in 2024, divisional police stations operate with minimal funds, forcing officers to rely on or solicit unofficial funds for essentials like fuel and station maintenance. Also, what do you come up, baby? The 2025 budget proposal for the Ministry of Police Affairs is approximately 1.28 trillion. This includes about 1.25 trillion for police formations and commands, 9.22 billion for the ministry headquarters, and 15.88 billion for the police academy. Additional funding includes a past 124 billion for the police trust fund. The lacking of funding coupled with corruption leads to a system where, according to Human Rights Watch officers, are often compelled to pay returns up the chain of command, fostering extortion on the public, which Facebook noted in 2024. Wow. To make it worse, police officers will work for 30 to 35 years. And at the end of the day, such police officer is insulted with 2.5 million naira as his take home. But in the same country, ex-governors are packaged back to their choice of estates. Changing of brand new SUVs every 4 years, healthcare abroad, and lots more. When will the agency to tackle insecurity in our nation have its own life insecurity?
Like Zuma said, the take home cannot take them home.
The take home cannot send them home.
So I think
Sir, everybody will talk, then you can now enlighten.
I understand the practice, but you don't stop them when they interject. So
I will stop them.
Yes.
It's my monologue. Don't worry, sir.
Take it one after the other.
So, right.
Okay, so I feel like this has been an eye-opener, not just to me, or everybody in the studio, but people that are watching. Because I've come to realize that the problem isn't the individuals. Again, it's the system.
Yeah.
And I've also come to realize because there's force at the end of the system, the police cannot stand up for themselves. Which brings us to what the solution can be, which is, as a citizen, you need to now take that responsibility to hold the right authority accountable.
Thank you.
That's my take.
Okay, for me, underfunding or not even funding, the police is a big problem. It's systemic. I believe that if you're funding the army continually for internal security, to maintain internal security is an anomaly, because they are to, focus on territorial security, right? So we focused for too long on the army and left the particular agency that should be in charge of this. And I'll make an example of Kwara State. Because in underfunding, we also need to look at the decentralization of the police in Nigeria. We must have state police. Look at Kwara. These people, the bandit kept giving warnings that they were going to come. There was a federal deployment there. After a while, they moved. If it was a state police, they will stay there. They know the people. Just as the former CP Lagos said, policing is cultural. They know the people. They know the crevices. They know where to go to. So in not funding the police, we put them at risk. They don't have to ask me for money. Sometimes I'm seeing them in the sun all day. You can see that they're tired.
Yeah.
Sometimes I give them something, not because they asked for it,
I do
but
that a
because
lot.
it's just not
I do that
fair.
a lot. I do that a
You
lot.
see their uniforms.
All the time.
The former CP said it. Back in the days, they will give them extra. They will, now they have to save. Listen to me. They have to save to buy their uniform.
From which salary?
Exactly.
How much are they earning?
So what I will, because we need solutions, what I will say is take from legislators who have extra.
Bam!
And fund the police. End of story.
Kate, how do we take from how do we take from the senators?
I don't even know what to say. My own is, as much as we don't want to blame the people, we blame the institution, we now blame the people. Respect is not budget dependent.
Hey!
Whoops! It's not. Professionalism and basic human decency doesn't cost anything. The people want to love their police. I'm sorry. They want to help them. I'm like you. Sometimes you see these people, they're in the sun, you can see they're trying to do their job. But inside of them, they're fighting a battle that they can't speak about. So both of us, we have to help each other. It's not for them to take it out on us. We too are going through our own stuff. I'm sorry for getting emotional.
Thank you so much. For me on my side, everybody has his own reason to say one or two things or the other.
Right.
But authoritatively, I will tell you this: the present government of the day is doing enough to reposition the police funding, and they've been funding the police properly. But we desire more funding, no doubt.
Okay.
Because there are a lot of areas that needed to be covered. But government is doing its best. Outside the federal government, if you come into this state, I keep on repeating, the kind of architecture that we have in Lagos State, with the assistant of the Mr. Governor of Lagos State, Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu, is far, far, far more better than what we have in the yesteryear. Because people who are paying allowances, if we lose any of our personnel in crossfire with the men of the underworld, they pay allowances to them, and they do a lot of other things to them.
Right.
So the government is doing their best, but we are hoping for more to come. But it's not appropriate to say that you want to go and take money from somewhere, I don't mention name, to come and fund the police. Police is being properly funded, but we need improved funding to be able to get to the desired. We shouldn't put our annoyance on anybody. We don't. Police officers have been trained to be very resilient and to work under pressure whatsoever. And that is why you have the low level of crime in Lagos State. I will still go into that, but I want to say some people that ask some question that when this, so we're going to be paid 30 million. Court, yes, it's important to clear it. The Nigerian police force have appealed the judgment in the court of appeal, and the judgment is the appeal is ongoing. We have equally gotten the stay of execution of that judgment until the matter is completely exhausted in court. Nobody can say this is where it belongs, because it has to do with the police force, not me as an individual. If anybody is planning to commit an offense, I don't need a warrant to arrest such a person. Because you say a woman was picked up. If somebody is committing an offense in your presence, the law is clear. Police cannot do anything outside the law. If the law is defective, the people have the responsibility to go to the National Assembly where the law is being made to say, okay, this law we felt is defective. It doesn't allow us to enjoy social and get it done, and not putting the defection of the law on the police. So now to I think I've trashed that. So, but this is your own police. Sir. And listen, please let me finish. This is your own police. This is the same police that go outside the country. Today, as I'm speaking with you, Somalia is using the same prototype of Nigerian policing, operation, administration, and everything. And our men are there. So nowhere you are going to channel whatsoever is the grievances before. The people who are members of the public, we appreciated their concern because they want the police to be better. So we will continue to grapple with ensuring that there's safety and security, which is paramount to everybody. If there's no safety and security, you can't stay in this studio for 5 minutes. So if we are saying all what we are saying, we'll leave the studio and go on the street. So now I don't want you to continue to say things that will lower the morale of my officer that is already high to the optimum. We want their morale. Listen, we want their morale. We want their morale to continue to be high. And we know those who are watching us. Yes, those who are watching us equally know how they will continue to sustain. And the present Inspector General of Police knows all about policing entirely.
CP, sir,
so he has served in various dispositions, and is going to increase the morale of the police.
So we need to balance that.
So balance it.
We need to balance
to
this
balance it is not to heap everything on the doorstep of the police.
Sir,
we all have
sir,
responsibility.
you are not
Yes,
getting this point.
the government
get the reason why we are here.
No,
we are here because we love you.
Because I love you too.
Are you aware that? Wait, are you aware that some of us flew to the country this morning because of this?
No, let me tell you.
If you don't love you,
because of this, I left everything I'm doing in securing over 25 million people in Lagos to come and be here. To come and be here. It's my job, but you are taking me off my job to come and sit in the studio with you. And I'm in your middle. Because you know, yes. So now when you are not talking of state police,
yes.
I'm from Kwara State, that you have mentioned.
Great.
If I'm serving in Kwara State,
yes.
how many of my uncle or brothers or sister can I arrest if they commit crime?
Okay.
If if I am a Yoruba man, for example, from Lagos, and I live in Delta State, and all the police are from Delta State, what confidence will I have to go and report in anything against me by the people from Delta State? No, let me know. That's what I'm telling you. So this Nigerian, you don't want to accept the diversity and the differences that we have as individuals. No, why we are here is because you are not Kate Henshaw. It's your name that you come here with, and your personality you come here with. She came with her own personality, he came with his own personality, she came with her own personalities. So outside what we are saying in the public, do we know what we do at the back of the studio? Nobody knows. So the same thing when you are estraying the police, which is a reflection of what you have in the society. And like I have said, corruption is a personal thing. You can be a pastor and be corrupt. True. You can be imam and be corrupt. True. You can be somebody that decide and preside over people's issue and be corrupt. You can even be a senior correspondent and be corrupt. So it's not an institutional thing, it's a personal thing. So, and these police officers come from the, yes. So the orientation of the officer corps demand that we continue to do the best for our country. So and that's what we are doing.
My time is up, Funke.
Hold on.
You wanted to clear something?
Yes, I wanted to say that, you see this idea of people are supporting us, state governors are giving us money and giving us, state governors are not supposed to be giving because this is a centralized force. The federal government should be ensuring welfare.
At every level, even community assists the police.
Sir,
that's the way it is.
Wrong.
No.
I am saying
you
that
say
the onus is on the federal government.
We cannot be defending federal government for their deficiency.
No.
We can't.
No.
We will not.
No. Let me.
You can defend them because they are your employer. But we as citizens and taxpayers, we cannot defend them, sir, for possible.
But I'm telling you what is practicable, because you are not under this uniform now. You are assuming. Listen. You are assuming.
Gentlemen, I'm sorry I have to come in at this point. We're out of time. We'll get back to the conversation shortly. Yes, gentlemen. Sorry, no. We have is order from above. We have to go now, please.
You have to encourage your government to do more.
We are encouraging them by paying tax.
So it'll be nice to get reactions from the audience because they've taken time out from their busy schedule to join us today, and we really appreciate you. But let's take a few messages from WhatsApp. God's favorite says, Ademola from Kano says, can other policemen learn from the policemen in the north? They seem to be more lenient than others. I wonder what it means. And this person that has been calling me on video call, please stop it. It's distracting. And if you want to watch DSTV channel 422. We have another message here. It says, please, can you ask why? It's a whole lot of questions, but I'll just take the few I can. Tunde Busari from Lagos says, please, kindly ask CP Moshood this few questions. Is Lagos Task Force legally authorized to sell stickers to transporters Under which law or regulation is this sticker collection being carried out? Are the stickers formally approved by the Nigerian Police Force? Where do the money realized from the stickers go? And he says he has photo evidence. Okay. Okay. So I guess it's time for us to go to the members of the audience. We have a young man with cornrows there. I'm sure he has stories for days about his encounter with...
My name is Sheriff,
Yes.
also known as Dolak Pokata on X. And I'm 25 years old, and I have a 9-month-old daughter. I went on a solo protest on the 10th of February 2026 at the Lagos State House of Assembly, and I had many issues that I needed to, voice out, which I am very sure that many of us also have these concerns. So after the protest, which was a peaceful protest and just only me, the following day, the post went viral and a lot of that, and I went again. And I got a call, because I sell clothes, I got a call that police came to my shop to look for me, and they picked up my brother. And I was like, what? Did I commit any crime? No, I did not commit any crime.
Picked up your brother in lieu of you.
In lieu of me. Thank you very much. Picked up my brother. I quickly drove out. I drove from the protest place to my shop. I could not find my brother. Then I was advised to get a lawyer and all of that. So that day, my lawyer went there with my mom. I was advised not to go. According to them, they might try to detain me. So my lawyer went there. We got my brother out. So I was served a formal invitation to come on Friday to, on behalf of the Commissioner of Police. On Friday, I protested on Wednesday, I think. So Friday, the following Friday. So I posted it on Twitter. People were like, don't go. They will give you holiday, Friday to Monday. I served them a letter back through my lawyer that I'm going to be there on Monday, which we went. Okay, I went with my parents and some of my friends, and we were there. We were there since 10 a.m. We waited till around 9. We were attended to around 9 p.m. in the night. And throughout that time, my mom, you know how this older generation is. My mom was crying. She was shaking. I was like, Mommy, I did not commit any crime. I'm only saying what everybody is saying. I'm just there to make it known that this thing is not right. I have a child. Why does she have to face what I faced and what my mother faced? You understand? So I'm not happy at all. So we attended to, and funny enough, when we met with the commissioner, he was actually very nice with us, and he was like, okay, fine, this and that, and there is no issue. You have every right to have your solo protest. We only invited you because we want to know what the issue is, and we don't want it to be hijacked by so people. And my question, I have two questions. My first question is, why is it that when the police here protest, they're very quick to come out? There was a planned protest in October 19, I think by Shure or so. The following day, they have come with their buses, their everything, I was like, what's going on?
Okay.
So,
thank you very much.
The second question, let me.
Because of time, we have to.
All right, let me give you the second question. So the second question is, what is the police doing to, repair the relationship between them and the youths? Because we are all very scared of them, which is not supposed to be so. You work for us, you understand? So that's it. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Honorable Commissioner, would you like
thank you so much.
to
let me answer
respond.
The young man. I think part of the project ongoing in Lagos is the police and youth dialogue, which we have taken to all the 5 divisions of Lagos and every local government. And equally at every division, we are doing it with the youth. So the youth of Lagos have come to recognize this. And where we met with our colleagues here was the first time they acknowledged that a commissioner of police came to attend that project personally. And even when the commissioner for youth was trying to amend it to say all security agents, I said no. It is police that have itches that we are trying to address. You don't match yourselves. Let it continue to be police and youth dialogue. So we've been dialoguing with the youth, and we will continue to do that. We can't solve all the problem in one day. We take them one after the other. Then about the issue that he has mentioned, there are a lot of operational issue in the command that day. The officer that was supposed to bring him to me wasn't around. He was at the scene of crime because one very serious incident happened. So when he brought us, a young man, we we agree with the right that you have the right to protest to everything, but we don't want it to be hijacked. Please, next time, if you want to go solo, we have an elder. I've forgotten his name. Is equally a very prominent person in terms of protest that used to go alone, but he will inform us that is going to go alone, so that we put police, so that people who felt you are doing something that they are against will not attack you, or multitude of people will not hijack it and start damaging.
Okay, so you
and it was a very good
because he didn't take permission.
No, not permission, just to educate him. Because and when they were looking for him to invite him was when they thought the brother, brother can look alike. Or they thought is the person because it was a Facebook post. We don't arrest a brother in place of another.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for correcting that. We have to go on a break now. This is a live broadcast, and we're very strict with time. Thank you very much for this conversation. So far, we still have quite a lot to unpack before we wrap things up here. We'll be right back after this break. You're welcome back. You're welcome back to A Place at the Table, this special edition called Is the Police Your Friend? Yesterday at the Villa, the new Inspector General of Police was decorated, Mr. Tindu Disu, and he said that his priority will be the welfare of the men and women of the Nigerian police force. And he also said that Nigerians are the bosses of policemen. So when I'm driving home after this show, I will drive like the boss of policemen, because the IG said he has a law-abiding citizen. Now, I know Kate has a lot to say on this issue, so over to you, Kate.
The police can be our friend, but before we ask if the police is our friend, we must first ask, do Nigerians feel safe in the hands of those sworn to protect them? The police uniform is meant to command respect. It should symbolize safety, order, and trust. Instead, for too many of us, it evokes fear, frustration, and sadly, even distaste. This is a hard truth, but it is our lived reality. On our roads, at checkpoints, we're often met with unprofessionalism and subtle intimidation and expectation of something for the boys. In some cases, officers appear unkept, unprepared, and even under the influence, hand to heart. And when those entrusted with enforcing the law seem to disregard it, what message does that send to the ordinary citizen? Stories abound, stories that do not inspire confidence, but deep mistrust. And I speak not just from hearsay, but from my own personal experience. Moments that leave you questioning who protects the citizen when the protector becomes a source of concern. But this conversation cannot end in criticism alone, because the truth is we need the police. A functional society depends on them. So the real question is not just, are the police our friend, but how do we rebuild that friendship? It begins with accountability, with training, with dignity in service, and with a conscious decision by the force to rise to the standard the uniform demands. The police can be our friend, but only when they choose to become worthy of our trust. Funke? Bam! Funke, over to you.
The police can be our friend only. I want to go to your monologue, because there's a lot to unpack there.
Please unpack.
You said the real question is not just, is the police your friend, but how do we rebuild that friendship? Because this friendship is broken in a lot of ways. We need to mend. We have to mend it, okay? And then you said it begins with accountability, with training, dignity in service. And these are, key points. And the fact that the police can be our friend. We want you to be our friend. We are not against the police. We want to be able to trust the police. We want to be able to run to the police, and not the police sending us back to the hyenas, those who want to, a better way of saying it. We want you to be our friend for real, but you are not presently.
CP, please, with all respect, I want everybody, I want you to round up.
Okay.
Right.
So I know we've been here and we've spoken about all the negative experiences that we've had. I've had some positive experience. One experience I had that shook me was, normally when I'm driving, I just have extra cash. Not because I'm trying to, escape
pay your
anything.
way
it's
through.
just, I just understand.
It's more
I understand. No, it's not that. I just understand what these guys go through. I understand that they're not properly funded and they don't get good salary home. Like Zuma said, the take home doesn't take them home. So I do have cash that just appreciates them, and I say nice things to them, and I make them laugh. That's what I do when I drive.
Encouragement.
So there's this time I was just driving, and normally I already just I saw them. I just put the money from my pigeonhole. I was about to give the guy. He's like, no, you can go.
Oh.
I'm like, I was shocked. I was like, what? Like, no, you can go. So there are good people in the police.
That's right.
That's one. Two, I first of all want to commend you for, like you said, you're responsible for 25 million people. For coming here, this is a sign that we are going towards the right direction.
That's right.
No forest grows in a day. It takes time. But with what the president just did by bringing in somebody else, I'm sure that there is a perspective to that. And so we're hoping that we're going to start seeing results. We're not here to criticize you. We're not here to hang you. We're here to make you understand that we want you to work. We want your system to succeed. Because if it does succeed, then we benefit.
Life is good for us.
Life is good. Like I just came back from the UK this morning for this program. And like when I see the police there, I respect them. Like they don't even have guns, but you just respect them because you know that you're not afraid that they'll come and say, Baba for now.
Yeah.
What for the boys?
Carry?
You respect them, and I want to respect our police. But we can't do that without having to point out these issues. It might sound weird. It might sound like we're angry. Of course we're angry. We experience these things. We want better. So I want you to understand that this is out of love. For me, the police is our friend. It can happen, and I hope with this new system, it will happen. Thank you very much.
Okay, in 2020, I don't want to mention the area, I don't want to mention the police command. In 2020, when things were down, everybody were home, and some miscreants were doing some small issues around, and the DPO approached my community, my SCDA, that they needed something. And that thing cost almost $500,000. I led the team that raised the money to support. That's not the first time that I will do that. That's not the second time. That's not I can give you a long list of today's are today. Your men outside there, myself and Kingsley were coming. I left Kingsley, immediately they saw me and I saw them. Why? Because your rider and I, I'm a power biker. We were gisting. It was when they now call me that, they are miking, that's when I ran inside. I have a lot of them as friends. Since 2016, Tunji Disu will give us some men to train. The first time they sent to
IGP.
me, yes, IGP, in 2016, in 2016, where he sent some men, you know what? And I trained them on NLP, and I tried to check, yes, sir. And I tried to check if they were behaving based on the recommendation. But I realized at the end of the class that they were good personalities. But guess what? One bad egg, we corrupt 499 fantastic eggs every time. You understand?
Yeah.
So, sir, the reason why we are doing this, let me resound again. Like Bright said, what is because we want, sir, without due respect, I have capacity to live anywhere in the world with my family. I don't have to stay in Nigeria.
Straight up.
But because of patriotism and because of what the legacy my father left, my father was among the engineers who built Ashejire Dam in old Oyo State, now Osun State, underwater corporation of Oyo State. I have that pedigree. And I say, you know what, where my father left, I will also do something. Yes, in Nigeria. And that's why I'm here. That's why I relocated back to Nigeria. Not because I was hungry. But because we love you, we need to point this thing out. My proposal about Nigerian police, when you said I wanted to remove
the logo.
Let me tell you the bitter truth. Yeah, quickly, let me tell you the bitter truth. When we read the history, the foundation of police, we understood that elephant represents stampede. And I said, you know what, instead of that, can we put horse? That's what I did. That's what I did. I raised it as a suggestion. Because the last time I checked, elephant was our logo for Nigerian Airways. It's not flying again.
Thank you. Thank you.
I appreciate all of you. This should be the standpoint where we're supposed to understand that police cannot work alone.
That's right.
The society we serve desired our service, and we are giving the best of service that we can. And there's a room for improvement in everything we do. I said that earlier on, that any organization of government, like the police, for that subject to public opinion, must grapple with the responsibility of constantly educating the public of what we do. Our operational activity is not shrouded in secrecy, and that is why community engagement is the in thing that we are doing. Like he asked a question, I missed the question out. The police that we have now, every administrator have been coming in and do one or two things to get it better. And at various level, people have been helping you, like you have said, but like he has said, friendship is a mutual understanding.
That's right.
If you have a friend and something is wrong and you want the friendship, there's a way you correct your friend. Oh, you are my friend. This is not up to. You don't write off your friend. Own your police. The police is your friend. We are more than the friend, we are your partner. For a lot of people in the locality, you want us to work like the UK police, like the US police. Fine. In a police state of US, before you get to police point, you stretch out your hand so that they know you are not harmed. And you are not going to fire anybody. And when you walk straight. Being law-abiding is part of where we can help the police to work better in Nigeria, in getting things done properly. If you are all law-abiding, you agree with me that generality of the people are not law-abiding. If you are law-abiding, we will, yes. So if you are not law-abiding in the actual sense, and you cross the border to another country, and you started to be compliant with the law, what happened with the law in your country? It's not absent of law. The process of the law itself that said you are presumed innocent until you're proven guilty. In another country, once you are arrested, you are guilty. It is you that will use your personal money to establish that you are not guilty. If you are in police custody, your family will feed you. But in Nigeria, it is the responsibility of the state to do all those things for you. So we'll continue to do our best in this regard. But what I'm telling you is that if you say I'm different from the other police officers, I'm a police officer. I pass through the ranks. So I feel the pains of every police officer. And we know government of the today, they have taken on all the police institutions for innovation. And special committee have been set up for all aspects that needed to be reformed, to be rehabilitated, and to be re-engineered in the police. And the news is there for us to pick. Don't let us pick only the negative. We should pick all the one that government is doing to get it better for us. The IG, yes, the issue of boss. Yes, you are my boss. I'm your servant, but I'm not your slave. There are two different things. Can you hear me, sir? Mr. Gbenga, you are my boss. I'm your servant, but I'm not your slave.
Very true.
Yes. So policing is not slavery.
Is that why the Nigerian police force wished us happy customer service week last?
Yes, I did it here in Lagos.
People think that customer service is because you see ordinary Nigerians as your customers. No.
Transaction. Every organs of government were directed to engage in customer service week. The people are the people that need our service, and people that need our service are our customers, and we've been rendering the best of service. And people come out and point out some select area where we need to improve upon, and we are improving upon them. So what I want to conclude in this aspect is that police is your friend. We are more than a friend, but partner now. We want you to reimpose your trust and confidence in us, and we'll serve you better. So that will be a point of encouragement and a point of happiness for police officer. Despite that, during the rain we are there, during the sun we are there. When you are sleeping, in your roll up whatsoever, we are on the streets there. Even when there's firework, you start calling the commissioner. They are firing somewhere, and some people are doing celebration of the new year using firework. Even if it's local, then even if it is husband and wife, how will a policeman know that when two people that are couple sleep together over dinner, one will kill the other? But you come the following day and said the human rights and the journalists, the media will say, why are you interfering in husband and wife matter? Who took the matter to the police? So because we police by culture, the culture of the people determine how we police them. Some people will go to police station, come and take my wife. You will go again, come and take my wife. The third time, come and take my wife. If you don't go there, the woman will be dead. And let me tell you, in a civilized environment, that's why we are more law-abiding than the other. The culture, Nigeria is diverse. One policeman in Lagos can arrest up to 4 people. But somewhere, I won't want to mention name, maybe you see where my hand is going. Somewhere, it takes 4 police
to arrest one person.
4 policemen to arrest one person.
One person, yes.
Right. But so that is the scenario we have. So this frame our policing plan, but any policing plan that doesn't bring in the priority of the community. Right. Community is not only village. Right. Even the news central is a community. Yeah. So any policing plan that doesn't take in the input of the community priority is not a policing plan. And that is what the IG currently has announced yesterday. We are your servant. We'll serve you better. You are our boss. But we are not slaves.
Thank you very much.
Okay, I just want to say, just to round up my advocacy, that the good ones should be the loudest for reform. And that improvements cannot be whispered, but must be felt at every interaction and checkpoint by Nigerians.
Should trickle from police headquarters to the rank and file
they can
on the
hear
street.
me.
Thank you very much. And just like my namesake said about the suggestion for the horse, my own suggestion is maybe we should drop the force at the end of the Nigerian police. Should be Nigerian Police Services. Yes. And the finest policemen I've seen in my life were in Hong Kong. They're on their way to East Timor for peacekeeping so many years ago. Very immaculately dressed.
We were there in Somalia. We are there in Darfur. We are there in Guinea.
Because the motivation,
fantastic.
Because the motivation is better.
Let me tell you. Let me on yearly basis, the United Nations punch our EOD. That's
so we know.
Okay, we have a few minutes more to wrap up the show. We have a few minutes more to wrap up the show, but let's take a few tweets from our Twitter family. Always Grace says, retired CP Owoseni spoke right. Culture plus poverty plus government are determining factors. Even here in the US, we have our problems also with the law enforcement. Remember ICE, not discrediting what's happening in Nigeria. Let's see if we can take a few more tweets before we move to the members of the audience. Adesina Deborah says, if it's not personal and not constitutional, why are there more cases of this bad behavior everywhere? And Paul John says, come to Ayobo from Iyanokpaja bus stop to Ayobo again to SFU. This is the same police station guys collecting money in those places. They turn themselves to money collector. This is an everyday thing. So CP, you might want to check that out. I would like to appeal to members of the audience. Let's take a comment from Yinka first, and then we'll take other comments.
Thanks, Winger. Some people are already anticipating what I'm going to say behind me, but I will disappoint them. I will disappoint them. Now, central to the issues that we're having is trust. I'm not asking a question, I'm making a comment. So central to the issues that we're having is trust. And I'm always about what's the solution, because we can spend the entire day talking about the issues and all that, and still we're trying to deal with the issue. Now let's talk numbers. The same numbers you don't want to hear. Wenga said in his advocacy that the total budget for the police is 1.3 trillion, 1.3 trillion. All right, which is like almost like 200% increase from where it was in 2020. Okay, at that particular time, the total police force was around 250,000. It's around 370,000 now. So there's a 120,000 increment in 5 years. All right. So when you look at the standards in terms of the number of police to a population, the general standard is somewhere between 1 police to 400 people. Okay. Nigeria's standard, with the numbers we have in Nigeria, we have like 1 to 600. So yeah, around that. So we still have something like in a gap of around 200,000 more policemen to be able to properly police Nigeria. Now, I'm not talking sentiments, I'm looking numbers, so because again, sometimes we get a lot into the whole mix of it, we miss the bigger picture of it. So the question here is, you need 200, you don't have enough funding for what you have, you need more people, you need more money, and you don't have enough funding, because the 1.3 trillion you're talking about, over 90% of it is recurrent expenditure. All right, and it's not even covering everything. It still comes down to this 30,000 per whatever. So clearly we have a funding problem. Now, the question is, how do we deal with this funding problem? Can we tweak the the police trust fund, okay, to say, do we up the numbers, the percentages to get more money in? Is that a possibility? Do we look at other models? I think that the country right now has to start looking seriously at state policing. And it's not a question of whether we don't want the diversity. I know I saw what the CP said. Yes, we love diversity. Nigeria police is not going to disappear. But the reality is that at the point right now, the model we have in Lagos must be replicated. Because the reason why Lagos works is not because, for whatever reason, Lagos is special. It's because the state, as an institution, is invested, and not just the state, the private sector. There's the police trust fund in Lagos, all right, that is also putting in money. We have to think seriously about ensuring that funding gets to the police, and maybe we can start by making sure that there's state policing, there's community policing, and with the Nigeria Police Service, and ensure that we solve this funding gap. That's my take. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. I want to ask, why is the police, the Nigerian police, hostile to the common man? They see people with different hairstyle and assume they are criminals, mostly. Yes. Yes, they profile them and assume they are criminals, like people with blonde haircut or probably dread, while the real criminals are even on low cut. They are well dressed. But the police assume because you are dressed somehow, you are a criminal.
So, sorry, we have instructions that we are about to wrap up. So we'll just take, I'm sorry, next time we'll have to extend the time. We'll take final thoughts from the former Commissioner of Police, Mr. Fatai Owoseni, and the current CP before we wrap things up. Please, if you can, in less than 2 minutes, please.
Thank you very much. I must say that, like Benga said, almost all the states have trust fund. Oyo State operates a security trust fund. I'm the executive secretary. So most of the state governors are actually, funding the police. But when you talk of fund as well, like I've always said, the police reflects you. If you say the police is bad, then you are bad, because the police is a reflection of the country, of the society. An average policeman should be an angel. So let us make our policemen angels. And the only way we can do that is to recognize that they are a reflection of us. For the people that are leading us, that need to fund the police as well, to know that they are a reflective of the government, of the country. And of course, taking funding and everything out, the police leadership should also know that when issues come up like this, it is for the betterment of the police. The issue of trust, we have to fight on it together. I remember that 2016, I was the Commissioner of Police here. We handled the Mumu Don't Do with Two-Face, and we handled it in such a way that we didn't allow it to escalate. So everybody is a collective responsibility that we must make our police what it's supposed to be. We have been teaching people outside this country how to do police work. He said it, we are all over. Nigeria is the #1 country that they request for, police contributing country, for the United Nations. Some of us were there. I was chief of staff of the whole police in Sudan and everything. So let Nigerians, join hands together with us. And of course, for the police as well, the new Inspector General of Police is there. The president believed in him. We believe that the president is going to fund, the police more than what I've been doing before. His job is cut out for him. And for some of us that know him, he was my officer in Lagos State. We did all these things together. We believe that he can change things. And of course, we would have the kind of police that we deserve. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Owoseni. Commissioner,
thank you so much. Let me answer the last question of profiling. We don't profile people because of the way they look. It's when your conduct now exhibits on certain suspicion, not because of the way you dress or the way you look. That's the issue. And when you get to a police checkpoint, like I said, you know, we were trained to pay attention to people that ignored us when they see us on duty. We were trained to pay attention to people that patronize us. Good morning, sir. Good morning, sir. And we are trained to be careful of this. So it's your conduct that will make us to say, stop there. Whatsoever, like she is dressed, we can't stop her for anything. But it had been established matter that we are investigating where people talk in pistol or weapons under their hair. Some people put the turban and wrap something suspicious under. So we don't profile because of the way you dress. It's because of the act that you must have done. So to round up, I want to say that police is your friend. I will continue to be your friend. Police is your servant. It is from your taxes that they pay us. But where you notice anything against our police personnel, please report to be a point of correction to what we have done. But state police is not the answer. To ensure proper police funding, to improve on it, is the solution for us in Nigeria, and to take us to where we are. Nigerians too should endeavor to be law-abiding in nature, so that we can, all the resources we are using to pursue people to comply with the law can be directed to crime fighting and to other activities of policing. So thank you so much for the opportunity.
Thank you so much. Now, as we bring this thought-provoking and much-needed conversation to a close, I want to take this opportunity to thank the former Commissioner of Police for Lagos State, Mr. Fatai Owoseni. Thank you so much for honoring us with your time. I would also like to thank the current Commissioner of Police, Mr. Moshood Jimoh. Thank you so much for your time and for engaging with us on this very important and vital issue. I would also like to thank the Managing Director of News Central, Mr. Kayode Akitemi, affectionately known as Mr. K, for being a champion when it comes to giving voice to the issues that matter to all of us. From all of us at a place at the table, my name is Benga Aborowa, your moderator, saying thank you for being a part of this conversation. And I'd like to say thank you to our brilliant studio audience. I want to apologize that we couldn't take all your thoughts because of time constraint. I hope you understand. Thank you so much. And to our brilliant panelists and the regulars on a place at the table, thank you so much. And God bless you all. Remember, the police is your friend, and you're also the boss of the police.